Hi guys, Rando Gamer here with our next episode of Souls of Steel. This is session 22, and it kind of finishes up the party's time on Absalon Station. So they have a little bit of a shopping shopping spree with some credits they get. Uh, they also finalize the deal with the black market, getting the cube that they're going to deliver with the message for Levada and getting some more particulars of what's going to go on in Octurne as they're setting up as like the security detail out there. Um, it's a little bit short of a session, but more or less we end with them kind of getting back onto the ship to go make some travel preparations to head out to Levada, and kind of going from there. So kind of the last little bit of RP for this section of the story, and getting ready to kind of get heavy into moving the plot forward as the swarm invasion draws ever near. But if you like the session, feel free to hit the like button. And if you really enjoy my channel, feel free to subscribe. Every little bit counts. But without further ado, here is Souls of Steel session 22. Thank you guys for joining me. We're on session 22 of the Souls of Steel.
Wow.
In our last session, we had done a little bit of a rewind timeline wise to get the conversation between Raya and John at the Old Galarian, basically where Raya was trying to make sure they're on the same page on going around and overthrowing the government and making sure that John was doing it for the right reasons, because Raya felt like Rejuvenar might be the reason that John was even feeling this way. And she also wasn't really keen on the idea of our group being the ones to replace the PWC, which John sort of admitted is he just wants to be the first domino to make things better, and that we need to find new allies to actually be the ones to take over the actual governmental duties.
Yeah, we need to find the actual group who'll do something about it.
So ultimately, they kind of come to consensus. Raya sort of agreeing, but getting John to kind of accept that, leaving the potential to adjust the plans as needed, instead of being like dead set on a particular sort of approach. T had followed up off of the information he'd gotten from Harold, at the Technomancer School, of trying to track down Genora. So he got up to the political district, and with there being a huge line, he had found a free captain retiree that he had kind of like went up to talk with so he could kind of cut in line. And he had found out that this individual had been at the Fall of the Conquistador, and that's where he had gotten injured, and Genora was one of the ones that had helped save him during that time frame. T manages to kind of like make good a sort of friendship, and convinces him to kind of like spread the news about his crew and potentially get some more people to come join the Revengers. When T finally got up there, he brings up his whole split personality, and thinking that it's a product of his Karen form, but Genora states that the form simply unlocks the maximum human potential. So that if he's getting a different personality, that means his inner strength comes from a personality that he has been burying deep down.
Yeah, he'll need to learn how to use 100% of his brain instead of
10%. T had also brought up potentially trying to change his mystic track at this point, and had learned from her that it could be done through a pilgrimage potentially, and that pilgrimages aren't necessarily really defined, and he'll need to figure out what it is for him personally that will serve as this sort of pilgrimage that allow him to kind of like find his new path. Once he had got this information, he had learned that Genora was going to Castrovel because of what has been whisperings of like the conflict and everything that's there, which he kind of keeps quiet about. But he goes back to reflect on like what he's learned from her. Raya had done some additional training, kind of like to clear her head on everything that they're getting ready to do, and was making good progress towards potentially increasing her deck stat. Eventually, everybody meets up the following morning, where Agnes is making breakfast and talking to a new member of the party. They come into the common area there to see a new android, pretty lean looking, but there's a set of battle armor in the corner, showing that he's kind of got some potential tank related abilities in his arsenal.
Wow.
Um, Talking with him, they learn that he was sent up by the contact down on the black market because he was also looking for jobs, and instead of having multiple meetings, he was just going to have Elite join you to sign up for quests as well. And kind of trying to get to know Elite, they learned that during his rebirth, as far as like androids go, there was a complication with his memory upload, so he's basically had all of his old memories encrypted. Um,
It's that robot life, man.
um, Eventually, Delilah and John are kind of forced to spill the beans on what they got up to the night before of all the stuff down in the black market. Um, During this, where Raya's starting to kind of like, we're not founded on mercenary work, she kind of has the epiphany that the entire party is actually indeed founded on mercenary work, and she's basically the only one that wasn't hired as a mercenary at some point in their past. Um, After they kind of like set up what this was all entailing and when they needed to go down and meet, John had taken a lead over to the holodeck to discuss some situations, um, their situation specifically, like their lack of memory of their past lives. Um, John ended up encouraging Elite not to seek his old memories since it's only been rough since he's learned about his past. Um, Breaking off from there, John had done some research on Triune, which gave him a little bit of lore that might potentially implicate that Triune is why Galarian is gone. Um, and he remembered that Rejuvenor was potentially a follower of Triune, because of how his comrades had contacted him as they went into the catacombs of El Dorado. Eventually, the party heads down to the Copper Onion to meet with the contact, um, kind of getting their Moscow mules as they set with him. Um, as they sit down with the contact in the corner, um, he greets them and then briefly mentions that using any information that they're going to get could potentially result in someone coming for them later. It's kind of a threat that started off the conversation that I think kind of disappeared after that. But you're informed that the first job is to collect some documents on the soul transfer spell that was left by Rejuvenar and the Spire. Um, that one was 2,000 credits. The second job is to spy on Premex Kumara Malacruz, essentially looking for some dirt to get her removed from office.
Yeah, right.
That one was 5,000 credits. The third job is to carry a message to Levada not leave for the Inner Circle. You guys were warned that tampering with the box could let the Inner Circle know about it immediately. And the final job was a security detail that requires high discretion and risk.
Was that the one that's on Zombie Planet?
Yes, or not Zombie Planet, but we're getting there.
Oh, okay, my bad.
In order to hear the last job, they were required to consume a liquid that prevents them from revealing anything about the job. Essentially, it's a cocktail that had nanites that would kill them if they talk about the job to someone that isn't already privy to the job. T, John, Elite are able to tell that this cocktail is a pretty common one down here in the black market, and T specifically knows the intricacies of how it works, and he tries to convince the black market dealer to let him here without the cocktail because of his background, which the dealer essentially isn't willing to budge on this one, mostly because who it's coming from. Um, After everybody finally agrees to consume the liquid, he tosses out a disc to kind of put you guys into a soundproof bubble. and then gave everybody kind of the rules of engagement involving the drink. Basically, what it mocked down to is that you couldn't talk to anybody else about it without his express approval, and if anybody else needed details of the job, they would have to come talk to him essentially to also be brought in the loop with the beverage. He had then gone into the particulars of it. The last job involved a fleet of vessels on Octurne, which is effectively the Pluto of this solar system. This one has a lot of the dark creatures of the night, so it's like dark elves and like aberration type stuff.
Yeah.
Essentially, you were going to defend the shipyards that are constructing the fleet to fight the swarm invasion. This one was 100,000 credits, and they needed to be there in about a week to meet the timeline, and it was going to be about 3 more weeks of security detail in order for them to finish the work on the ships. He had left a device saying that you guys could think over what ones you wanted, and to then key in the jobs you wanted to notify him. You guys had kind of gotten the vibe that the inner circle jobs are on the block market to avoid being tied to the PWC. Elite had pushed that you should probably try and get a little bit of funding up front. I've got in here it was actually 20,000, not 50,000, but you guys hadn't had the conversation yet, so that's something that's adaptable. Ultimately, you guys had landed on taking jobs 3 and 4 while kind of discreetly warning Kumar and Melacruz about the second job and having Rejuvenor clean up the first job to avoid complications. You guys have then kind of gone over a little bit of what creatures you could potentially encounter there on Octurne. T was able to recall the Oricons and Plagueuses and Dark Elves, because that's who he fought whenever he was on the planet. But there was also the Fueus and the Olguthuth and Bree Varath as also potential threats. Some of those were like CR 15 type creatures, so full of danger of encountering them on this quest could be really, really bad. You guys had ultimately responded saying that you also wanted to discuss terms, which you got a notification to meet back the following night to do that, as well as get the final preparation stuff to be able to go on those quests. And then you guys had went back to the ship to talk with Rejuvenor. John and Elite were a little bit paranoid and kind of like kept looking over their shoulder to make sure you guys weren't being followed. Once you guys got back, you did have that conversation with Rejuvenor and learned that he did indeed leave the journal down in the spire, and it was decided to send him with the members of the Conquistador to retrieve it without getting the rest of the party implicated.
Oh, yes, that's right.
After this, there was a little bit of contemplation by John. T did some meditation on what he did on Octurne, where he got a little bit more detail about the last stand and recalls that Levada and Hargrave took the lead for the defense of the crew, which is part of the reason why Levada in particular rose up through the ranks afterwards. And that's kind of where we had left off, was that night. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to do in the evening, or do we want to kind of go into the morning after?
I think probably the morning after.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Perfect.
So we're waiting to go out to what's it called? Gosh dang it, the planet.
So you guys wanted to discuss terms. So you've been told to meet back at the Copper Onion tonight to discuss the terms of the jobs you selected, and then also you obviously need the message that you're carrying to Levada, and obviously you should, in theory, get some finer details on the 2 quests you accepted to kind of make sure you're prepared for what you need to do. But the other thing, obviously, is you guys sent Rejuvenor and the Conquistador crew out at night by themselves. So there's...
Why'd you say it like that? At night by themselves?
That's what you did.
That's not suspicious.
But the way you made it sound like was like.
He was fine with not having anything happen until you guys wrote suspicion. So now.
They were competent. I chose them with my own hand.
Oh my god.
That's what he reiterated.
As you guys are kind of waking up, you can hear Agnes in the kitchen cooking away again. It seems that it's become a sort of reoccurring theme for her. Is there anything you guys are wanting to do? We'll start with you, Sarah, and then kind of work our way around. Is there anything you're doing this morning before kind of meeting up for breakfast?
I want to continue with my tradition of coming to breakfast with my bandana, a little bit of sweat off my skin. Just got done doing like 5 push-ups.
Oh my god.
Coming into the kitchen and just piling my plate on with like 6 eggs, 20 pancakes, like so full-blown.
Sure.
Rambo style.
Yeah, so Agnes has opted for a little bit more of a fancier / traditional breakfast. So instead of having just a bunch of food that she's thrown at the wall, she's opted for eggs Benedict. So if you're not familiar, it's English muffin with ham and then an egg, a poached egg, and then there's a hollandaise sauce over the top of it.
Yes.
Hollandaise. It's kind of like a.
It's like an egg sauce.
It's made with egg yolk, and it's like a
lemon.
very thick and lemony type of sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Delicious.
But yes, did you want to do a roll for your dex for that workout you had this morning?
Let's see. Is that a 20? I'm like forgetting how to play.
D20 with your dex modifier.
I got a nat 20.
Oh,
nice.
shit. Wow.
Starting out strong, you guys.
First roll of the night.
Push-ups indeed.
Yeah.
You do 7 push-ups instead of 5.
You can feel that this is definitely starting to make some progress towards the goals that you're wanting. Anything else for you, or just at the table at this point?
That's really it. I'm at the table. I'm still really unsure about Elite, so I'm going to like shyly still look at him just to make sure that I'm paying attention if he's in the room. Other than that, I'm like locked in. I'm kind of like just focusing on my own things, waiting for everybody else to pile in.
Perfect. Speaking of elites, what are you up to this morning?
Oh, I didn't realize he was here.
Well, he did the claps just a second ago, I think.
Oh, I thought that was...
Or was that was Raya?
No, I thought unmute himself too.
I thought so. I didn't mute him.
Are you there, Ryan? Oh.
He unmuted again, then muted.
Any technical difficulty?
Yeah.
Very quiet, but I can crank you. All right, try it again. Still quiet, but I think we can get you.
Yeah. We cranked your soldier boy up so we could hear you, but it's still a little quiet.
Awesome. Let's see if I can boost it on my end. I think it's already all the way up.
There's a Discord setting in the sound settings where you can turn up your what your mic is outputting.
Yeah, it's all the way up.
You're there, a little bit quiet, but
Yeah, I think we might be able to make do.
Alright, I'll try to talk louder. I'm a quiet guy, though, so we'll see how it goes.
yeah.
It's alright, man.
So what are you up to this morning?
Me?
Yeah, elite.
I went to a run fair the morning. That was fun. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I am glad that you had fun in real life.
We're talking
So sweet and innocent. I love it.
Also, I realized like 3 seconds ago that I had your volume all the way down, so I haven't heard a single thing.
Oh, gotcha.
So I don't have any context of what's going on.
We
Sorry.
we're picking up the morning after, kind of sending Rejuvenor out to get the journal, and after you guys had major deals down in the black market. So it's the morning after. Basically, just anything you guys are doing in the morning before kind of meeting up for breakfast. That's what we're doing right now at the moment.
Nice. I don't know, dude. Cleaning my weapons or something.
Okay. Perfect. All right, John.
John will wake up in his room, after which doing a quick little small patch. It's just going to fix a couple of bugs, nothing super important. And I'll make my way to the kitchen as well. Not because I eat food, but because that's what everyone else seems to do in the mornings. And when I see Raya's plate of food, I'll just like sit next to her and grab like a nice warm glass of oil to drink for the morning, and look over to her and say, "I don't want to be judgmental, but Raya, it's a lot of fucking pancakes. There's no way you're going to be able to eat all of that."
I aggressively just like look over at you and just further shove as much food as I can in my mouth.
Oh dear.
Be careful, John. She has the danger bandana. As he walks into the room.
Why are you so sweaty looking?
Well, yesterday I was able to do 5 push-ups, and today I did 7.
Wow. Progress, it seems. Not a lot of progress, but progress nonetheless.
I roll my eyes and continue to shove eggs Benedict in my mouth. As I tie my bandana as well.
Okay. All right, Delilah.
She's just kind of minding her own business until she hears John being rude to Raya.
I wasn't being rude.
Not intentionally rude.
But I just like am looking up out of the corner of my eye, glaring at him. And then I kind of like, next time I make eye contact with Raya, let her know I have her back. Like, watch him.
I see that and I say, Delilah, if you're hungry, I'm sure Raya can share some of her pancakes. She took clearly too many.
Oh, man. T, is there anything you're wanting to do before meeting at the table?
I'd say T is a little late to breakfast, just coming in halfway through that conversation, because he spent the better part of the early morning, like, really making sure that all of his clothes were, like, cleaned and ironed and pressed. Because
he got called out tonight.
Well, there's not only being called out, but also we're about to meet back up with the free captain soon, if I'm not mistaken. Just wanted to make sure that we're pressed and polished, and I may go into town today to get the outfit dyed.
Perfect.
Oh.
All right. Well, as you guys are enjoying your breakfast, the rest of the crew, apparently, if I touch this table, the top of it is like lost its
Sticky.
Yeah, so it's like super loose on the top.
Yeah, just grab some duct tape.
You may have noticed that the free crafting crew and Rejuvenor haven't made it to the table at this point. And it's about halfway through your guys' breakfast that you'll see them kind of make their way in. It's clear by looking at them that they're exhausted and banged up a little bit from the adventures of the evening. They'll take a seat at the table and kind of like help themselves to some of the breakfast as Rejuvenor kind of fill you guys in. So the wasn't nearly as smooth as we had hoped. The initial part was straightforward. After you guys cleared out those lower levels, the PWC sent and crew to clean up and repair portions of the area. The vegetation room was back up and running, with new supplies of serums being made and shipped up to the shopping district. And it is clear that they had reinstalled some of the surveillance systems. This is about when I realized that we were behind the curve. When I went to disable the newly installed systems, it was clear someone had already done so. So we increased our pace moving through the spire. Luckily, we had a little bit of a leg up, since I knew the corridors and areas where I had resided and was able to get to the hidden compartment before the other crew ran into us. Unfortunately, this meant we encountered them on our way back out of the spire. It seems that the quest was handed off to another team fairly quickly after you declined to take it. So a squad led by one of the space goblins that had resided down there before decided to engage us over the journal. The call to send your crew T was smart. Otherwise, I would probably be dead in the journal in someone else's hands. Did not go down easy, but eventually managed to get the upper hand in the battle and took out most of them. Unfortunately, the space goblin leader got away, which means that at least one person knows that I went back down there and got the journal. They'll likely also have the faces of everyone else that was down there,
Oh my god.
so we'll likely need to lay low for a while and pray that they don't send a force looking for us, since that could implicate that you told me of the job in the first place. The black market isn't kind to those that use their job listings to double-cross them, or at least not ones from high-profile employers. Do you guys know who was the benefactor for this quest?
His name was Johnny Silver Two Shoes. I look over at Delilah. Do you remember the
I'm
name?
going to use comedic timing.
Oh my god! In a time like this.
To instead just kind of cough. He recently went through a software update and it's not going well. He's insulting our friends over the amount of food that they're eating and inserting their bodies. It's been a whole thing this morning. Now, I'll tell you. His name was Bethsmaya Bartholomew. His face was shrouded in shadow. Couldn't tell his features. And really had a slim figure, maybe that of a tail. Not sure if it was cut off. It was tough to see. I'm gonna roll for deception.
Oh my god! I was like, fuck.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, the DM says.
Well, comedic timing is not in my favor today. Let's see.
I rolled a 2, but that's a 35.
For real. Let's see here. Deception. Oh, it'd be bluff. So that's a 13.
Rejuvenar sort of look from John with exasperation and then look over to UT. Assuming that actually is the name of the man you met in the black market, that's not what I meant. He's just the middleman. I'm talking about the person that actually put the quest on the black market, not the person handing out the quest. Did he tell you during your meeting who assigned the quest? I don't. He might not have.
I don't
I
think
misunderstood your meaning. This person exists, I promise.
I'm wrong, but this is real.
Do you guys recall?
I don't think
I don't
knew
think he
who-
did.
who
I
the
don't think
actual
he did.
question
He was pretty vague about where.
There's a couple that you were told specifically, but I'm pretty sure you know which ones those were.
Oh,
Because it's the 2 quests you selected.
The PWC is behind one of them.
well,
The
it's
inner
implied.
The inner circle was behind the 2 that you took.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that were explicitly said.
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if this is information we were even allowed to share in the first place. We were all forced to take that concoction. I'm not sure if we can.
Meta-wise, you would know if you shared information you weren't allowed to.
I got approval from my god saying that I can say. Beth Maya is looking down upon me. It was likely from the inner circle. As I wait in anticipation, what's
Well, in any case, we have the journal, so at worst, a hit squad will come after you once they realize you used your meeting to find out about the journal and steal it. Honestly, they will likely be looking for me more than anyone else, but I would recommend we do not linger here much longer than we need to.
Well, we can always just lie low on the other side of the galaxy, right?
Yeah, sure.
Weren't we leaving anyway?
Exactly my point, Delilah.
I think that was the intent. I'm just saying, maybe not extra idle here. You know, maybe get out of here before they realize the connection.
Well,
Me and the rest of the crew will not leave the ship for a while.
Understood. I have a couple things I need to take care of in town before we leave, but it should be pretty quick.
I'm ready to go whenever anyone else is, so I'll just stay behind on the ship.
Didn't we, in a previous conversation, because I think we talked to Rejuvenor about the book?
Yeah,
Didn't he say...
This is like the consequence of that happening.
He came back with it this morning, but another team was hired after you guys declined it. So he ran into another team on the way back that got good visualization of him and the rest of the Conquistador crew. So at a minimum, they know Rejuvenor went back down there. Whether or not they know Rejuvenor is connected to you guys at this point in time is to be determined.
Well, the thing is here, is because we declined, and we planned to just grab it anyway, it was unexpected that the black market would be that quick to jump on another quest. That's something that we underestimated, but we did not share within our initial conversation our relations with Rejuvenor. It could have just been an odd coincidence.
Very true.
Yes, I love coincidences. Well then, T, maybe you should get your things together so we can leave and maybe go to Zombie Planet. Yes.
Don't we have to meet with that one guy to let him know what jobs we chose?
You guys have let him know, but you
I
wanted
forget
to negotiate terms. Specifically, Elite was looking to potentially get an advance on the 100,000 credits so that you guys could potentially get more gear before leaving out. The other thing to keep in mind is the other quest you requested was the one to carry a message to Levada, and with kind of the intent of dropping that off
we
on
can
the
open
way.
the box, right? Or something like that? Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, it's all coming back to my brain.
So more or less, you have the rest of the morning and like afternoon to kind of do anything in town before the meeting. But if you guys would rather just skip to the meeting, we could do that as well. Because I think T is partially waiting to see if guys can secure the advance before he goes out and spends it all.
I just wanted to have a conversation with Delilah, but outside of T going shopping, I'll be ready for the meeting.
Anybody else got anything before the meeting?
No, sir.
Okay. John, where do you want this meeting to happen?
Where would John find you on the ship after breakfast?
She probably lingers for a while, and then if you're not approaching her, I don't know, like half an hour or so after breakfast, she's probably just back in her room.
Okay. I'll kind of like knock on your door a little bit.
Yes?
Hi, it's John. Will you open the door?
You can come in. And then, like, I go on my way to the door, I guess.
Sure. Hi. I just kind of wanted to talk. It sort of seems like you're going to be a more permanent member of the team, so it behooves me to find out a little bit more of your current situation.
I don't really have a big... I mean, you're kind of in on it, I guess. I kind of live off the black market, and,
I was really just wondering if your parents are still alive. Mine are dead.
Wow. I don't really know. I just know that they haven't been in my life, basically, for all of it. I've lived on the streets and basically raised myself, but I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if they're still alive and captured, or if they're, like, victims of the swarm.
So, are you sort of past that, or are you concerned about finding out if they are in fact alive still?
Well, it's seeming like there's other issues at hand. I don't know. I feel like I kind of just wrote it off a while ago. If I were to run into them or something, I guess in my head they might as well be dead. I don't know if that shit sounds harsh, but they haven't been around for so long that I don't have much of an interest in trying to find them. Because either they're dead or they didn't care enough to come find me. So, I don't care enough to find that either.
Yeah, my parents really couldn't come find me because they died of a really particular type of medical sort of thing. I guess I am just... Are you content with doing all of this? Do you... I don't know. I guess I'm just a little bit worried that we won't be able to do anything about the swarm, and then I won't be able to throw over the government.
See, and I think that's why I don't really worry too much, because if we can't overthrow the swarm, then that's that, isn't it?
Yes, yes, I guess you're right. We either win and are successful, or we lose and everybody dies.
So I think I will worry about, potentially, I probably won't care anymore, but worrying about my parents or my life after we decide if it's going to be fruitful. I have about a month to find out. Just kidding, too, but...
No, it's actually approximately
53 days.
53 days. You see, like,
It's got a doomsday clock in his
yeah,
chest.
yeah, like my chassis opens up and you see like a countdown clock, like a pipe bomb.
The Doomsday Abacus.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's a doomsday abacus. Yeah, it's actually an abacus.
Yeah, John, precisely. So, I'm just worried about that at the moment.
Yeah, I guess I'm worried about a lot of things too. I'm just... All of my things sound so small compared to the universe collapsing in on itself. So... Anyways... Thanks for the chat. Also, nice, cool shinies. As I sort of point through... Because I like to imagine I haven't actually entered your room. I'm just kind of standing in the middle of the doorway.
Of course you are. Because I already told you you could come in.
Your whole phrase.
I tell him he can come in. He doesn't open the door. I still have to go open it for him.
But it's one of the sliders.
So it's like I'm like physically holding it open so we can walk through. Anyway, John, anything else? Do you have any other questions for me? And like you can tell, Delilah feels very uncomfortable about him bringing up her parents.
John doesn't necessarily pick up on that.
Of course he doesn't.
It's got a -2 in charisma.
Yeah, my insight's not great either, or whatever it is that. Yeah, my wisdom is a 7 with -2, so I don't have a lot of insight. No, that's it. Thank you for your time. Here, you see out of my mouth, I'm printing out like a piece of paper. Yeah, you can fill this out if you'd like.
Is it a survey?
As I walk away,
please rate me or whatever.
Yeah, you'll after I start walking away, you'll notice that how was your social experience with John? 1 out of 5 stars. All that kind of stuff.
Who did she return it to? You were Agnes.
There.
Yes.
I hadn't thought that far ahead for the joke. That's it for me.
Perfect. All right. Any other parting shots before we skip forward about 10 hours?
I know T said you wanted to do.
It has to be after we get the allowance if we did it.
He needs a he needs a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, as you guys make your way back down to the Copper Onion, as you guys kind of make your way into it, you can quickly see that the unnamed individual has set up in the same table as he was the night before. And as you guys kind of take a seat, he quickly gets down to brass tacks on the particulars of the deals. Good evening. To expedite the process, we will be both discussing the terms of the jobs that you have selected, as well as giving you the materials you need so that you can leave as soon as desired. He'll then throw out the device to block sound and get into the weeds of the job. Do you have an account you would like to have the credits deposited into? Essentially, as soon as confirmation is received, the credits will be deposited into this account for your use.
Do we have like a shared party account that Agnes is over or something?
Maybe not set up yet, but it's quick to do that.
Yeah, I bet we could. I think that's the best way to have answered that question. I think
that Agnes should have more put on her plate. She can handle it.
Yes, I mean she's only making breakfast. She can do a lot more. I just. I'm sorry.
Sci-fi sexism.
Wow. Disregard these two. We have a lady who handles our finances. We shall have her set that up and let you know the deets.
Perfect. Now that is settled, the first job involves transporting this cube as he pulls out a blue cube that fits in the palm of his hand and clearly has a fingerprint and an iris scanner on it, implying that it only opened for the intended target. This to Levada Notley. As a reminder, any tampering will notify the Inner Circle immediately, so I advise simply transporting it as asked. This job will pay out 10,000 credits once the device has registered that Levada has received the message. Are there any questions in relation to this job or any alterations needed?
Levada Notley?
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember the last name.
Yeah, Levada Umgada.
Levada.
That's her maiden name.
Her pirate name is Asteray.
Right.
Wow. No, I think the terms of that is pretty cut and dry. I don't think we need any more clarification of the task at hand.
Perfect. For the other job, I have more specifics to get you where you need to be.
Oh boy, here we go. This is the big one.
As a reminder, they have requested that you arrive within the next week to keep them on timeline. The coordinates align with the little bit of territory that the free captains acquired during the fall of Conquistador. Their fleet managed to fight off the previous owners of the territory, and they have graciously lent it to the Inner Circle while they build their fleet in secret. He will then have a sort of device show the coordinates and basically puts it in front of Elite and John, accepting that you guys as androids should be able to store it in your memory banks easier than someone else. And then once he is registered that you've received it, he'll close it. You will make contact with Ronan Steele at the shipyards, where he will fill you in on the particulars of the mission and get you situated. I do recommend making sure you are fully kitted out for the operation prior to arriving. There is not much on the planet, so acquiring additional resources once you have arrived is fairly slim.
Wait, did he just mention Ronan Steele is who will be... Holy shit, you guys! Ronan Steele is part of the Inner Circle. We're, like, doing his chores right now. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay. Go on, sorry, my bad.
They will need you on the surface for approximately 3 weeks to finish the fleet's construction, at which point you will be paid out 100,000 credits. Are there any questions in regard to this job?
Yes, are you simply saying we must help facilitate the construction of said fleet?
You guys are protecting the perimeter of the shipyards. You're not expected to do work in the shipyards, but the aberrations and dark elves that live on the planet have been attacking the site fairly regularly.
And the timeline?
You need to be there within the next week, and it's about 3 weeks of work on the planet. That's when they're... Basically, you're going to work there until the shipyards and fleet have been completed, and then you'll be released. Yes. As he looks over at Elite.
I don't know. I might join the party, but do you have 3 weeks?
Technically speaking, without getting into specifics, yes, that would fit within our timeline, but it may make things close.
Yeah.
If we're to accept this, may we get an advance of half payment up front?
Give me a persuasion or diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Because I don't think there's a persuasion. I think it's just diplomacy.
Okay.
You should have like a plus 25. Then,
I have a -1 in diplomacy.
Are you fucking me? Okay.
Not at the moment.
Wait, can you use your thing again?
I used comedic timing.
It's a once per day.
Earlier today.
You wasted the good surprise on somebody else.
It's still a 12.
We might be able to do a little bit of an advancement. I don't know if 50,000 credits is doable, though. Are you guys underprepared?
Can I use my Sorry.
Give me some dialogue, and then you can do your roll. So basically, try. You're trying to convince him. So, whatever you think would convince him that it's important that you guys get the advancement.
Okay. So with my new profound confidence that I recently have, as of this morning, because I did my 7, I'm gonna lean over and try and act like kind of scary and like tough. Like,
oh,
you know who we are, and I'm sure there's other people that have been offered this job. Rest assured that Revengers will take care of this job. But we need to know or be sure that we're going to be properly taken care of once this job is complete.
Okay. Based off of your dialogue, give me an intimidation roll.
Ooh. I should have Oh no.
I can only have a plus 15 on that one.
18 plus 4.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
I can do anything right now.
He doesn't necessarily seem like the intimidation itself has affected him, but you see a little bit of a smirk as he... Well, I didn't necessarily need your guys' name, but you are right. Not many people have been willing to accept the quest, which is why the credit value is so high. My guess is you feel maybe a little underprepared as far as equipment, so 50,000 across the 7 of you is probably still might be underprepared. So 50,000 it is.
Okay.
Is there any other questions in relation to either of these quests?
I'm familiar with where we will be going. I've been here once before. From my experience, some of the things out on this planet are not exactly what I would call beginner friendly. And being that the allocation for the reward for completing this task is so high, have you heard any updates of what the current state of the shipyard will be before we get there?
The main part of what it is a think of sort of like a prison-like structure as far as perimeter. It's got fairly high walls with security on it. But as you pointed out, the creatures on Octurne aren't to be trifled with. So even with these precautions, the security teams out there have to remain vigilant. Part of the reason why Ronan Steele is there. They've lost several members over the last month or so. So their forces have been dwindling over time.
At the very least, it's what I expected. We best be on our toes. Thank you for the advancement, and we will see this done.
Quick question. Meta question.
Mm-hmm.
The planet in which we're going is not the planet that Ronan Steele hails from, right?
No.
That's what I thought.
Ronan Steele's from Hackathon, which is effectively like the Mars.
Okay, that's what I thought. So just real quick for the table at large, everybody gets, I just took 50k divided by 7, and everybody gets, I'm going to round up, everyone gets 7143 credits. 7,143.
Have we got that?
7,143.
Yep, 7,143.
So if you, on the paper, it would be, sorry.
Maybe on the back. Credits.
Yes. Well, that gives me enough to do what I want to do.
No shit.
The ability capsule is 6,500.
Oh, I thought it was 65,000.
No.
Oh.
The one you have to be level 14 for is like 75,000.
Wow.
Following your guys' conversation, he will deactivate the disc and step up from the table and leave, leaving you with the cube and the deposit into your guys' new joint account.
Does this cube look like the Tesseract?
Similar vibes, yeah.
Okay. Because you said it was blue, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so it's kind of like like clear with like a blue light in it, but yeah.
With my dealings in Levada's position before and experience with the free captains, have I seen anything like this before?
I would say no role required for anybody. This is a common like communication cube.
Okay.
And it can be kitted out like this one where it has like security parameters that prevent it from being opened by unsuspecting, kind of like a Jedi holocron. Like,
sure.
This one in particular has like a device that prevents it from being opened unless it is the person that it's intended for. But other ones you could activate the recorded message at any time. So
I've seen something like this before. It's an Amazon glitter bomb. If you open it up. I'm just joking. That's archaic technology.
Yeah, that's like totally 12 centuries ago.
You see Delilah, like, every time T speaks, Delilah, like, starts to buy it. And she's like, oh, and then she realizes, I can't take these guys seriously, and gets irritated and, like, walks away.
Hey, before you walk off, I had a thought I've been wanting to talk to you about for a few days.
God. What?
He wants to know if your parents are still alive.
That was my follow-up, but now I should probably not ask that question. In all seriousness, though, I saw your room the other day. If our plan fails with all of this, and we don't see the light of tomorrow, do you have a will?
Oh my god.
You've got a lot of treasure. Or at least, like, somewhere where you can, like, store it on an asteroid or, like, bury it somewhere, or...
Spoken like a true pirate.
I'm just saying, you're just kind of sleeping on it, literally.
Well, T, I've always had to take my crap with me wherever I've gone before. So I've never had the luxury of thinking of a place to leave it behind at.
It hurts my brain a little is all. I'm just trying to look out for your betterment.
Well, you're the only person who's seen value in it. Everyone else thinks it's trash.
Well, treasure could mean anything to any one person.
True. Well, I'm glad you... Do I have to be worried about you, T? Oh, no.
Well, I mean, if you haven't been scared off yet, I'm not sure there isn't much else I could really do. I haven't seen value in your treasure, but I'm glad you do. I'm just trying to make sure you're securing your assets is all.
Okay. Well, thanks for the concern. After we save the world, I'll worry about these things.
Well, that's not really how, like, life insurance works. You don't really do it after you've, faced certain death. And then I'll just kind of let the conversation fizzle out. We'll just do
And
one.
while they're having their little like conversation, I'm just like hanging back, and I'm just like looking at my hands and like talking to myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, I did it. He was scared of me.
Oh my god! Oh, I love that. You're just having your little
just
moment.
like hyping myself up the whole time.
I love that. So, just for clarification of the scene, we're not back on the ship right now, are we?
Not unless you wanted to be. You guys are where we left off. You were in the Copper Onion. That individual has left. You with
okay, so we're just shooting the ship. Okay.
So effectively, you're in a bar at like 8 p.m.
Okay.
Before, like, major stalls start shutting down, I'm probably gonna go try out and see if I can't find some Mark II ability capsules.
Ooh, let's see if it happens.
Okay.
Ability crystals. I keep saying capsules.
You said that was at level 7?
It is a level 7.
Okay, give me a D100. You need 50 or lower.
Or lower.
The ability, because you kept saying ability capsules, it started reminding me of that one season of Digimon where they had cards and it would add on to their Digimon's abilities.
Yeah, I think that's what.
37.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah. So, kind of for everybody's sort of meta knowledge of Absalon Station, because it's like the hub world of the galaxy, it kind of is always running. Like, it's sort of...
Yeah, it's that 7-Eleven on the corner of 19.
So, like, there's less people in the shopping district, but it is up and running. So, like, being able to track down, like, the crystal vendor isn't too hard. It takes a little bit of time after you get in there for him to, like, be able to find one on the shelf because it is a little bit more rare. But he is able to pull one out and then lists off whatever it says credits-wise there. Are you looking to barter?
Oh, naturally. I'm about to go off on a life or death mission. That will take 3 weeks to complete. And with this, I think it will pair nicely with what I have as I, like, pop open the buttons.
One of the buttons goes flying across the room.
I'm going to use the power of seduction to help to help persuade my case. Like as all the buttons pop off, the button is going to like slap the cheek of the shopkeep, and I'm just going to flash a smolder. I think I can take that for cheaper, right?
Is performance one of the ones on your guys' sheet?
So there's bluff. There is
diplomacy is kind of like the default for like
Diplomacy.
persuasion, but if there's a performance, I was going to go that route, but I don't think there is.
I don't see anything close to performance.
Let's see here.
There's
Can I
bluff.
argue that it is a profession skill as a smuggler?
Is there that much difference between your diplomacy and smuggler?
2?
Yeah, we could. I can see the argument, especially with T being a captain.
Yeah, I'd imagine being at a police stop and you gotta like act cool.
T isn't used to paying for his own drinks. He's used to swooing the barmaids. He's using the same tactic regardless of the gender.
Perfect.
Okay?
You allow it?
Yes.
Okay. 19.
Perfect. We'll say, whether it's because he's actually seduced or if it's just now he's feeling uncomfortable with you in a shop, he's willing to give you a 10% discount.
Okay. Sounds good. I guess I can pay that amount. As I start reaching to pull out like the device on my hip to send over the credits, what is it that we are agreeing to for a price at least?
10% of whatever was listed. So 10% off of whatever's listed
So-
there. I didn't have the price.
Well,
I could do the math though.
Minus 6,500 minus 650.
Is that how you do that math really fast?
That's 10% minus.
Or you multiply it by 0.9.
Yeah, you're right.
What's the total?
Oh, right. So 5,500,
You take away the 0.
5850.
Okay.
Guys, excuse me. I'm not a statistician.
This is basic algebra, but okay.
Common math, but
As I put my I'm having a hard...
Cred stick is what is normally
okay.
used.
I put my credit stick back on my my belt, and I'll just kind of like take off my hat to just kind of wave off my hair, my antenna just kind of blow off in the wind. It's been a pleasure doing service with you. So just walk off. And
Yeah, okay.
Come again, question mark.
and as I'm walking out,
Flips up to the side, closed.
Closes all the blinds. The metal barrier comes down.
stop opening so late.
Yeah. I gotta stop opening so late.
So the first ability crystal Mark 1 is like embedded in my sternum. The Mark 2 is going to be embedded like directly above, and I like forcefully put it and will it to stick to my chest.
Oh
Perfect.
gosh, that's cool.
okay.
Are they different colors?
Green, yellow.
Cool.
And if I'm able to get to Mark 3, I imagine it's red, and it just sits like right at the base of the collarbone.
Oh.
like a stoplight.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to allocate all 4 points to strength.
Perfect.
Oh, so what does that put you at?
That puts me at 16.
Hey. Okay, a little bit more formidable.
Okay, Delilah, is there anything you're doing this evening? Or T, before that, did you have anything
I
else
want
you're
to
looking
go
for?
see just a general cloth merchant. I just want my equipment to be dyed mostly black with white edges, including the hat, just to be more uniform.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
there's what's the word I'm looking for?
Taylor?
Taylor, a little bit further down the shopping district. They kind of break it up into sections of like similar types of shops, which I guess is bad in some ways for your competitors are right next door, but then it makes it easier when you're looking for something in particular. This one is Cats and Tails, and it's got like the imagery on it is like the coattails essentially.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Okay.
there's a older Yoski, which is like 15 for Yoski as far as like their lifespan goes.
Can you remind me of that race?
That's
Insectoid?
the rats.
Oh, okay.
Parkses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they're like full size as far as like adults by 5. So.
Oh, so they can just rip and roar if they need to.
Yes, can I help you?
I just need a little bit of a touch-up. Going on a grand expedition later and want to be able to, look the part. Mostly black for the entirety of the piece with white hems on each of the pieces.
So black with white accents, okay. Do you want any additional embroidery?
The Free Captain's logo posted on the left breast.
Okay, I think we have some of those patches. Easy, no extra charge for that. How soon do you need it?
Sooner the better.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is cost varies depending on if it's a short notice order and you need it immediately. That's a little bit more than if you're just...
Well, let's say that this is an immediate thing. If we could put this at the top of your priority, I'd appreciate it.
Based off... are you this attire here, or are you trying to bring in some...
Oh, the one I'm currently wearing.
Team against the strip.
I'm not sure if they would have what I'm looking for, or if I would just need to have my current outfit dyed. I don't.
Well, dear, it depends on what you want. If you'd like me to make it, I can do that. That's different cost than if I'm altering what you currently have.
What would be your estimate for just recreating another outfit?
Recreating another outfit is probably half a day at best. If I'm altering your outfit, a couple hours.
Let's just do that then.
Do you have a bag of clothes to change into, or do you...
Hold on. I'd like to think that I have, just...
regular clothes, I'm sure, right? We're not just cartoon characters where we just wear the same outfit all the time, right?
But did he bring it with him?
That's more or less what I'm implying. Not that he doesn't have other clothes, but whether or not he had the wherewithal to bring a set of clothes with him.
I may need a loaner.
You have a silk robe?
I didn't...
She kind of like...
You're given the shoot has a bad name.
She kind of like sizes you up, kind of like a little bit of measure a couple times. I need this for the tailor anyways, but... And then she comes out, and it's like fucking French pompadour.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You know what? Tea is all about it.
This is the only thing I have in your size.
This will do.
You can change over in that room, and then I will get to work.
Very well. You may have to repair one of the buttons. There was an incident at another shop. Merchant got a little too handsy. It's just down the road. Maybe don't put anybody in their visage anytime soon. And I'll just head off to the...
Okay. She'll hand you a... kind of like the little buzzer you get at some restaurants that tell you like your food's ready.
Okay.
And we'll say 10 credits for...
Okay. And, while I'm waiting for that, I won't do much more. Maybe try to look if, cigars are a thing, to maybe get a couple.
Sure. And specifically, the image I have on the outfit you're currently wearing is the outfit Django picks whenever he gets to pick his own clothes.
Oh, hell yeah!
So
dude.
it's like the blue with
Have
the
you
rough
seen Django
fucking...
Hold on, I'll show you.
So it's this like bright blue outfit with like the ruffle puffs.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm finding. You're talking about the blue one, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you're talking black with the white hams?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah, going very, traditional pirate vibes, but sleek.
Cool. I like that.
Should I just put, down another 10 for, some cigars, or, what?
We'll say you're able to come across a This one's closer to like the elevator to go down, because like the bars are closer to like being able to go down to like the black market district, at least on the shopping area. There's a smoking lounge, and it's one of those that you can either pick out cigars and then like purchase a cigar and then go to the smoking room, or you can basically like get sample sort of them.
Okay.
If you're just sampling different flavor or different types of cigars, that one typically runs about 15 credits for like a certain period of time, or you can pay for a specific cigar, and then it depends on what level of cigar you're getting.
Okay, I'll just drop 20 and like a rich, like brandy infused, like maybe set of cigars. But
Yeah. We'll say it's similar to like a Perdomo sort of cigar, where it's got like it's a nice dessert cigar.
Oh, okay.
So which works out great after you've been down drinking and kind of like had dinner and everything, to kind of end out the evening.
Okay, cool. So I will just mark down 30 credits and all for each of those. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Everybody else could go. Sorry.
No, that's where we're at for tonight, because it's probably one of the last sort of shopping sprees we have before we get locked into story beats for a little while. All right, Delilah, is there anything you're doing this evening? Any shopping?
I did not prepare shopping, so but I'm pretty sure I just upgraded things.
I know you just got a pair of boots of some kind.
Yeah,
right?
you
And I
just.
just upgraded my weapon before that.
Well, you got. I don't know if you got an upgrade, but you got a second weapon.
You looted and got a more powerful weapon. You had purchased to get some boots not too long ago. Whether or not you need anything, I don't know per se. Especially like as a spellcaster, it kind of varies on.
We could look in getting you some better armor. You might be able to afford something better.
Yeah, and I can circle back if you wanted to do a little bit of research before getting there.
If you would like to look, you can go through here.
While she's working on that, John, is there anything you were wanting to do?
I'm gonna save my money.
Okay. So the way that you work this, you have each of the.
Let's see here.
I know you were looking at getting an integrated weapon.
The level.
With this boost in credits, you might have enough, but I don't remember all the prices.
It's possible that I did, but earlier today, I decided that I was going to hold on to whatever money we got, regardless of the advance. I'm just trying to think that like maybe it might be useful. Can I buy some bugs, for to bug someone's personal device or anything like that?
It's like, are you trying to get a slave? Like
I want beetles. I want beetles and I want potato bugs.
So you're looking for like a listening device.
Yeah, I'm thinking about some sort of little black thing I stick underneath their car, or some things of that nature. Also, is it possible to buy like I guess this is one question I could ask. In addition to that, are there like rounds I can buy that are volatile when fired?
Special ammunition? Yeah, yes.
Okay, well,
let's look, because you specifically need.
It needs to be shoot. It needs to be looking for it. Hold on.
I think yours is just standard rounds, so. Or no, it's a long arm, so you need. So there's kind of just immediately doing a scroll here. There's.
It's a sonic weapon, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just what type of ammunition it's going to use. So like, there's long arm, sniper, small arm. So specifically, the weapon you use is a long arm. So there's explosive rounds. There's. That's. Flechettes, which are dart-like projectiles. There's darts.
What
where
were
you could put toxins and type of stuff on the end of them.
Oh shoot! Okay, what the explosive? How much were those going for?
Explosives, you get 25 for 150 credits.
What's the damage on those puppets?
So it's used with projectile weapons and is available for most blah blah blah. Weapon fire and explosive ammo deals its normal amount of damage, but half of this damage is fire and grants the weapon the knockdown critical effect.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'll backtrack from this ammunition thing. I'll revisit it. But yeah, I'll stick with the bugging technology.
Okay.
Oh, and a disruptor, like a signal disruptor potentially, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, let me see if they've got. I'm just doing a quick look to see if there's already kind of.
Basically, I want to buy some spy.
Yeah. Even though you've proven that Delilah can just make it on the fly.
Well, sure, but like when we're out in the field, well, she made stuff while we're out in the field. I don't know. I guess I'm buying stuff for the sake of buying things.
We'll say some standard sort of listening device and like noise disruptors run for about a pack of 5 for like 20 credits.
Sure.
The security on them isn't very high, so like what I mean is like basically the ones that she made in the bathroom that were it's like you can track location and like hear voice. The range is pretty limited.
Sure.
Where you would have to be within like we'll say 50 feet in order to be able to hear.
Gotcha.
And the noise disruptor, that one, it's not
noise disruptor. Signal disruptor, like to jam a signal.
So a jammer.
Oh my bad. Yeah.
We'll say jammer cost 5 credits per jammer.
I'll buy 5.
Okay.
So 50 plus the 20 for the buds, the audios. Right?
You got a pack of 5 for 20. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So 70 credits total.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Perfect. Okay, Raya, is there anything you're getting into?
Yeah, sorry.
I was eating.
No, you're good.
So I want to specifically buy a barbed shrapnel grenade. I want them so ridiculous and that like sounds cool.
Damn!
Is that an item that you already have pulled up, or is that...
Yeah, I have it pulled up.
Okay, perfect. I was like, fuck, I hope that's a thing.
I hope that's a thing.
Yeah, no, I have it pulled up. I'm using the device dose.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Thing.
Yes, similar to like T. It's not. What level was it? I assume it's.
There's a 3 level, 6 level.
Okay, yeah, you could find either of those, so kind of dealer's choice on it. There's sort of a in the ammunition sort of shop. There's a selection of grenades as well. So tracking it down isn't an issue.
Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna test my luck, and I'm gonna do what T did, and I kind of want to bargain with them.
Okay. Okay, what are you looking for, my dear?
You seductively take off your bandana.
Hi. I'm looking for, and I'm kind of like looking around and looking at the back shelves, trying to look for something like cool. What kind of grenades? Show me your best grenade.
Well, I mean, it really depends on the situation on which grenade is best. You know, popping a sonic grenade and a creature that's immune to sonic damage could be detrimental, but there's a few over here that might be up your alley. What specifically you're looking for?
And as I'm like going through reading like the sign, I just come across the name barbed shrapnel grenade, and instantly I'm like, that one.
Oh, that is definitely a grenade. Not many are really looking for that unless they've been around the block a few times. Um, it can be very, very violent for those that it hits.
I'll take two.
Perfect. Are you looking at the Mark 1 or the Mark 2?
Let's go with the Mark 2.
Perfect. All right. Well, that'll be 580 per, so 1160 total.
Great. Actually, what kind of deals can you work out with me since I am buying two?
How much are you looking to take off?
Let's cut maybe 100 credits per.
Go ahead and roll a diplomacy check.
Come on! You've been rolling high tonight so far.
I know, dude. This is the one where I'm going to fail. A 5 plus 4, so a 9.
Oh my god!
I called it, I did it.
Well, dear, maybe you're buying more than just the two, but I think with just two, I don't know if I could really finagle a deal.
Fine. 50 credits per.
You could roll again, but in typical bartering fashion, just keep in mind repetitive attempts to haggle can potentially cancel the whole sale in general.
Oh no! Okay. You know what? It's fine. Oh, just the two, please.
Oh, did the roll go bad?
It was a 3. A 3 plus a 4, so a 7. It was worse than the first one.
I would really like to help you, my dear, but these ones aren't necessarily ones that I'm trying to get off the shelves. So full price or not at all.
Would you rather want 50% of a watermelon or 100% of a grape?
Okay, Shyly just like repeatedly slide the credits across. Just the two.
Perfect. Is there anything else you're looking for, Raya?
After that interaction, I feel like my head got popped a little. So I'm just gonna go back and wander with the team and just be happy with my 2 grenades.
Perfect. Okay, elites. Is there anything you're looking for this evening, good sir?
Yes. I just decided to do everything 6 level or under, so I'm gonna probably do what the ass prices because I don't want to have
Okay.
But it might be just to take a little bit.
Yeah. What are you picking up just for flavor for the rest of the group?
I'm going to get 2 armor upgrades for my powered armor.
Perfect.
A link module and an exit pod.
Okay.
And then for my void rifle, I'm picking up weapon fusion anchoring and called.
Oh, okay.
Damn, okay, Batman's tool belt.
Also, I'm going to pick up 2 grenades.
Oh yeah, which flavor of grenade?
It's going to be an incendiary, grenade 2, and a cryo grenade 1.
Nice.
And then I'm going to pick up like 2 batteries. Just to have backup.
Oh, dude,
Perfect.
he's just buying everything.
Hey, he's got the powered armor, so he can lug around all the extra stuff. Okay, we'll circle back to Delilah here in a minute. Why don't we take like a 5-10 minute break, and then we'll pick up finishing at the evening and then
Sure.
maybe, get into Starship flight for the first time in a while. Okay, Noella. You don't have to feel obligated to have all this worked out right now. We can add them in after the fact if you need a little bit more time.
Okay. There's two that I liked. I just wish I could remember what the fingerprint one was.
Let me see if I can search real quick.
But I feel like it had something to do with nanobites. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, the user interface. You go to inventory, and then go to
I've only ever used this on my tablet.
I found it just fine just a minute ago.
Is it something with biometrics?
Maybe.
Was it an accessory or a
I thought it was an augmentation.
augmentation?
Adaptive biochains, maybe?
There's adapted fingerprints.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's what I saw.
Read that out real quick.
Originally created for military operatives but favored by criminals throughout the galaxy, these pads of nanotech infused artificial flesh replace the skin of your palms and fingertips. You leave no identifying fingerprints behind when touching an object or surface, and you can't be identified through your fingerprints. In addition, if you have access to the records of another individual's fingerprints, you can spend one resolve point to create wrinkled patterns in the pads that mimic those fingerprints for 1 hour, allowing you to bypass security features or leave false evidence.
That would be
That's
perfect.
That's a twofold. No one can track you based off of fingerprints, and you're able to duplicate someone else's.
We can copy Lavada's.
But we'd have to get a hold
We
of
have to
Lavada
get her
first.
fingerprints somehow.
Yeah.
Well, T needs a conversation with Lavada.
It's alright. It's alright.
Because I could get that. I still have enough things left over to do something else too, I think.
That's neat.
I feel like that fits my character, so I can do that.
And more importantly, who else are you meeting potentially?
Yeah, that is true. I think that might be a good solid pick me up.
The bone blade option sounded pretty cool too.
I will say you might find some difficulty with the bone blade because you have a build that doesn't really love melee, but it might be nice to have a melee option if that's the only thing you can do. So it's kind of up to you.
I mean, you can also save because within 3 weeks' time you're going to have double what you have.
That's also true.
What is this called?
That's the one that, like, if you're hit, you can. They hit with a. If you're hit, you can poke them back, or if you're crit,
nice.
you can make them bleed.
Oh, okay, like a porcupine status.
I think you can have them extended. If your bone spines are extended, an opponent within 5 feet hits you with a melee attack. Oh, you can use reaction.
It's kind of like barbs.
So it's more so like a reactionary thing. Then I guess the blade would be better.
I mean, it would be a good idea. It could be a good defense for you, not only to help you if you're being attacked, but to deter people from attacking you.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just sound cool.
I think, well, so actually the bone blade, it says it's 4,000, and the fingerprint thing was 4,030. So I think I'd have to just do the fingerprint.
You could potentially barter to get both if you want.
Maybe. That might be a tough sell.
I mean, I can try. What was it called? It's okay. I guess that's what I'll do. I'll go. Both of these are like body mods, so if there's like one place that people.
Yeah, I would say there's an augmentations location. Funny enough, it kind of looks sort of like a spa, because the idea is kind of you get taken back to a room and whatever augment you're wanting to focus on is like the room set up to administer that augmentation sort of thing. Is there a specific augment you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for 2 if possible. If we could do like a 2-for-1 type deal, but I'm looking for adaptive fingerprints and bone blade.
Ooh, it's an interesting combination. The adaptive fingerprints is very popular for individuals down on the black market, so I can see that being a solid choice. In the bone blades, I don't know if I can do 2-for-1. That seems a little aggressive, but we might be able to find a little bit of a middle ground. Are you open to maybe buy one get one 10% off?
Could we do 2 for 7,000?
Roll a diplomacy check.
Nice. First
I
roll.
haven't rolled over 10 tonight.
Oh!
7,000 seems a little low, but maybe 7,500.
I could really only do 71.
You can try one more time with the little pout there at the end.
What's that, kobold?
Okay,
It's a little
11,
better.
Plus
17.
Yeah, we'll say your
The pout.
the pout ends up being just enough. Okay, my dear. The bone blade. I guess I should have checked this before. You said. Are you sure bone blade's an augment? Is it? Maybe it is. Maybe.
yeah, because
There's like 3 different versions.
Yeah, I didn't hit the next page. There's a lot more augments than I thought there was.
There's so many.
It'd be kind of like shaving like 1,000 off the total price is about what she's paying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm assuming you're going Mark II.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I was checking was they're not overlapping systems.
oh, it's like wearing. Yeah, okay.
So
Can't have 2 magical necklaces on.
So
So
her hands can't be used anymore for augments, and one of her arms is going to be consumed for the bone blade.
Cool.
As far as not that you lose your arm, but you can't put another augment in arm. So you'll need to mark which arm you're putting it into. So basically, you get taken back to a room. For the hand one, it's kind of like there's this like bin that's got like a gel, and effectively what they're going to have you do is they put your hands into the gel, and it like sort of burns off the fingerprints that you currently have, and then a coating is put over it to replace it. It's currently smooth, but once it's installed, you can feel that you have the ability to adjust it.
Oh. You do it like doggy pelts? Like, what, pads?
Yeah.
For the bone blade, the sort of creative thing I'm thinking is it's kind of like the Assassin's Creed blade, so it's kind of giving you like a Wolverine sort of like extension out.
Yeah.
Cool.
So maybe you guys who deal with weapons would know what to do better, but I can't obviously use that hand when it's extended, so should I have it not be my dominant hand? Or should I?
Yeah, put it on your left so you can still fire from your right.
Because the big thing is it depends on what weapon you're using. So if you're using a small arm, you only have to use one hand for the small arm. But if you're like John, where you're using a long arm, you have to have two hands on it. Otherwise, you're not able to use it. So that's where it becomes a thing. Is like if you activate your bone blade, now you can't use like a sniper rifle or a dual wield weapon type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to be primarily casting spells, so I don't think it would matter.
It should be a very minimal on choice, aside from flavor.
I'll do the last just for the point of being able to use my gun still.
Perfect.
Just make sure to add all that to your inventory.
And equip.
And equip. So I think you just have to...
Okay. Is there anything else, Delilah, for you tonight?
You should just go into your equipment.
Add to inventory. And then do the same thing for your biometrics.
Very cool stuff. We're getting kitted out.
Was there anything else you were looking for outside of those items in particular, or?
No, I think that's all I can afford anyway.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that covers everybody. Unless anybody else had parting shots for the evening, I would say you guys kind of have your little revelry and meet back at the ship. So at that point, it's really the decision is whether or not you're wanting to make the jump tonight, or if you're waiting till the morning to plot your course towards the Dysphoria to link up with Levada.
We could make it for the morning if you want, or we can leave tonight.
I don't think it will matter a bit. I mean, because we're going to be traveling at least for enough time for us to sleep.
Well, it's 1d4 hours.
Oh, that's right.
Because you guys have the drift engine. So.
Yeah, we just bam, boom. I mean, bam is what I meant to say.
Drive safe, Riley.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's...
I'm just going out here for a second.
Okay, well, if there is based off of my experience with starship combat in general and space travel, is it likely we would run into an encounter based off of what T's estimation would be? I know Matt.
No. This is fair, mostly because John already took images of this when you guys were on the Harvester. You guys are aware that at a minimum, there's 3 ships are orbiting every single planet in the solar system, swarm vessels, and there was a multitude of them in the Dysphoria kind of spread across the asteroid belt.
So it's more or less an if, or it's not an if, but it's kind of a when we get encountered.
Yeah.
I'd rather go when we are not
inebriated.
Well, inebriated, but also in need of rest. Maybe we take tonight, wake up very early, and leave.
Yeah. Yes, I think this is a pretty good idea. That way we can be fully rested.
Perfect. Yeah. Sweet. We'll say you guys have a pretty restful night. Aside from kind of the anticipation of getting on the road again and making progress towards the goals that you set, it's pretty much nothing to worry about. Getting up, the same sort of breakfast that Agnes has kind of been consistently doing here of late. And then it's kind of on you guys to plot the course. Are you wanting me to roll based off of Glarb for you guys' piloting check?
Probably. Yeah, I think he's our best pilot.
Yeah, Glarb or
I think
Sparks was your backup.
Best, but I think Glarb might be better.
I gotta
T will take. Oh, what was that?
You said +6?
+6 piloting. I don't know if that's better than people, but...
Glarb's got a +14 in piloting. Yeah, so that's a 27, which means you'll roll your guys' travel time at advantage. So you guys, the course that he's plotted, you got about a 2-hour travel time.
Nice. Great. T is going to take helm at the captain's seat and prepare for danger. Just kind of keeping his eyes peeled.
Perfect. Anything are you guys wanting to do during this travel time?
I wanted to have a conversation about Lobata, but I might save it for next time. Okay.
Well, we could call it there, guys. Like I said, narratively, as you guys come out of drift, and we can kind of circle back with any stuff that happens prior to the actual encounter, but as you pop out of the drift, you'll see the sensors will indicate 2 Sesquilian whips come out from behind the nearby asteroid field. The ships don't necessarily contact you, but the sensors indicate that the weapons have been activated, implying an intended attack. And we can kind of call it there unless you guys are feeling like getting into starship combat.
I think maybe for next time, for sure.